The country you used to know, the country you are part of building, is no longer there. There's nothing today. If Nigeria, I said, gets it wrong in 2023, because 2023 is to enable Nigeria to start rebuilding again. If they get it wrong, I can assure you that it will not take time for some of you who will still be there at that time to be refugees somewhere. Today, go and look at the list of fragile failing states. Nigeria is on top of it. We need wealth creators. Now, we need somebody that can create wealth. Everything that is left in that pot is gone. It is not a time for rascality. It is not a time for careless talk. We need somebody that can understand how to build an intangible and tangible assets of a nation building. Today we are the capital of poverty. Nigeria have more people living in poverty than the two biggest countries of the world combined. China and India combined is 2.8 billion. Nigeria is 200 million. So we're not even to 10% of these two countries combined, but we have more people living in poverty than both of them combined.
I listened to this with tears in my heart. How can Nigeria have a man like Peter Obi and we are still suffering from bad leadership, decay system of government? This is so heart-touching. Well, let me take you to the full video, guys. But before then, if you are new to our channel, endeavor to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any latest updates.
The country you used to know, the country you are part of building, is no longer there. There's nothing today. If Nigeria, I said, gets it wrong in 2023, today we have 50 million children out of school. And not out of school. 60 to 70% of them have never been to school at all. So they're not out of school. They've never even experienced the place of coming out of it. Your country's stress level, this country is now the most stressful place for people to live in. One check the stress level index. Our misery level have gotten down so low. We have the highest unemployment rate because we have been comparing with South Africa, but I'll show you how South Africa is less. We have 33% unemployment. When you include underemployment, you have 55%, out of which 60% of these are young people in their productive age doing nothing. At the age they are supposed to be the engine of production, they're not doing anything. Left school. Some of them didn't go to school, but they have nothing to do. So you have millions of them all over the place. I was speaking to the Senate yesterday, and they showed me a young man, they showed me a senator, distinguished senator, who is the chairman of approving the loans in which Nigeria, all the loans that they are borrowing. And I said to him, thank you for approving it. But let me tell you, all the loans you people have approved have put us in a mess. Today, we're using 98% of our revenue to service debts. And I can tell you by the end of this year, it will be 100 and something percent of our revenue. The first 5 months of last year, Nigeria generated as a revenue 1,847 billion. And they used 1,802 billion to service debt. 98% was remaining only 45 billion. Last year, our budget was 13.something trillion, and they said they are going to borrow 4 trillion. They ended up borrowing 6.7 trillion because they couldn't make it. This year, Our budget is 17 trillion. And they say they are going to borrow only 7. They're going to generate 10. They're not going to generate 15, even 50% of that. So we're going to borrow about 8 this year, and we're going to service all those debts. It is not possible. There's no way a country can survive with that level of debt. And every day what you hear from government is that we don't have a borrowing problem, we have a revenue problem. You don't have a revenue problem. Revenue comes from production. The country is not productive. It's consumption. When you have millions of people unemployed, how can you generate revenue? You're not doing anything. People in your villages can't pay tax. They can't pay for anything because they're not doing anything. You need them to do something to be able to generate this thing. We have engine of production and employment, which is micro, small, medium businesses suffering in Nigeria. And nobody wants to do anything. And what people will tell you is that they give examples of, I've traveled to countries all over the world. No country operates like Nigeria. I've been to about 30 countries studying what is happening in Nigeria. And I've spent time, been from China to India to everywhere. I just came back last week from Morocco. I was in Morocco. I went to Morocco on Sunday and was there for almost 1 week. Traveled all over Morocco, spoke to their government officials. Nobody runs the way Nigeria runs. They have debts. Borrowing is not a problem. Every country in the world borrows. Even Norway, with the greatest sovereign wealth fund of 1.4 trillion, they are owing 50% of their GDP. It is what you use the money that makes a difference. And I'll give you an example of using everywhere I've gone today and tomorrow. I can show other places. I was in Bangladesh. I don't want to use small countries. I was in Bangladesh in 2010, and I spent 1 week in the villages of Bangladesh. Bangladesh was far poorer than Nigeria. In the year 2000, they were below us in HDI. Today, with their medium, we are still struggling in the poor circle. In Bangladesh, I met people. In fact, arriving at Bangladesh airport, you will not eat. It was so dirty, it was everything. I wondered, where is this place? As at that time, Bangladesh had a GDP of $115 billion with a per capita of about $700 each. That was 2010. Nigeria GDP was 375 billion. Our per capita was 2,250 in 2010. And our debts then, in 2010, because you in PDP have helped to clear all our foreign debts, our debt was brought down then to where we were owing just about 5% of our GDP. So we were owing less than $10 billion. Equivalent then. Or call it about equivalent to about 20 because of the rate of exchange then. 20 or even 25. That was what we were owing then. Today, Bangladesh GDP is $335 billion with a per capita of 2,050. So they've done 3 times what their per capita was in 2010. Nigerian GDP is 400. Our per capita had come down to 200. We lost below over 10% of what we were in 2010. Our debt have increased from about 25, 30 billion to $100 billion.
Peter Obi actually delivered this speech few weeks to the 2023 general election. Yet, many Nigerians made jest of him, and today we are all crying. Nigerian skit maker MC Macoroni made a very powerful statement before the 2023 general election. Quoting him, he said, "I don't believe there is a Messiah that will solve the many problems of Nigeria in the blink of an eye. But I have found a candidate who fits my description of good leadership, which is service, selflessness, and sacrifice through discipline, integrity, accountability, truth and love to the people. A leader who is mentally and physically fit, one who I believe is most competent to do the job and can begin to pilot the affairs of our dear nation to a better place. With due respect to every other candidates and their supporters, I have chosen to vote for the candidate who has offered himself by his ways and action to serve the people. I don't know about you, but I will cast my vote for Peter Obi as President of Nigeria. I am committed to a better Nigeria, a Nigeria that works for all, a Nigeria where the son of nobody can become somebody, a country that provides a legal playground and an enabling environment for all Nigerians to succeed. I am committed to this Nigeria now, and I will remain committed even after the elections. Fellow Nigerians, as you came out to vote for your preferred candidates, please consider your future success and prosperity and that of your generations to come, and kindly know that the power to elect good leaders rests upon our shoulders. That's Nigerian skit maker MC Macoroni before the 2023 general election. But what is going on today? Now Nigeria is crying as hunger, starvation, unemployment, insecurity, hardship has taken over the land. Tinubu's government is not giving Nigeria any hope. Naira is falling every day. Last week, Godswill Akpabio, the Senate President and former governor of Akwa Ibom State, came out to say that Nigerians that are protesting due to hardship and high cost of living are being sponsored. What a pity. Thanks for watching. Let's know your opinion in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more updates.